Alright, so hello guys and welcome, and today we are going to be playing some Mardu Metalcraft Wildfire. This deck is pretty sweet. I really wanted to play this deck for some time now, and we finally got the opportunity when Murlo Umbra went 5-0 with this in the MTGO leagues. This version I love because it's pretty streamlined. Basically what you have here is the package with the bridges so that the Cleansing Wildfire is useful. Then you have the full 8 of the red removal spells, 4 of them being the blasts, because it's very easy to turn on Metalcraft with all the artifact lands and all the artifacts you play. They play Synthesizer and they have decided not to play Shaman in this deck, and I absolutely understand why. It's not a great synergy with the Synthesizer because Shaman is more of a timing card, right? You don't really want to play it on a board that's empty, for example. So, you just don't play it, and that's awesome. They are not even running it in the sideboard, so I do understand that. And they have got some lovely synergies here with the Glinthawks and with the Skyfishers. So not only you can bounce your Limbuses and Familiars like in the Earth of Blade, but you can bounce the Synthesizers as well, like in Boros Synthesizer. And, a new staple, Black Mage's Rod here, you can bounce that as well. You don't necessarily need to bounce that because it does have the equip cost, but you pay 2 mana, you create a 2/1, and it is a pinger for your non-creature spells, and this deck plays a lot of them, so I think this card is actually amazing in this deck. Moreover, they are playing 4 of the black card draw spells in the offerings, which is the reason they are playing 2 Wellsprings and 2 Limbuses, the Wellsprings to actually sacrifice and the Limbuses to actually return to hand. Of course, you can do it the other way and it still works fine, right? And the Familiar, one of the best things to be returning with the Hawks and the Skyfishers, is just a great card and probably one of the reasons to actually play black and white together in those shells. So that's the main deck, very streamlined, very clean, I love it. And then the sideboard we have 2 Traben Charms. I think this is one of the best white cards. I think it should be in the main deck or a sideboard of every white deck. I think it's incredible, so I'm glad they are playing it. 2 cast downs, very important against things like ramp. I was thinking if I shouldn't have cut 2 lightning bolts from the deck and put them into the sideboard and put in the cast down instead, but I think I will keep it like this. This is good against some bigger decks. 2 blades, amazing to bounce against boggles or something like terrors and so on and so forth. Full 4 playset of the Pyroblast. This is great against blue decks. You still got your high tides, your terrors, and your fairies, so this is amazing against those decks. 3 compasses, probably one of the best ways to gain actual life in these decks, because you can return the compass with the Hawk and the Fisher, and it just works amazingly, right? It also provides some basic mana fixing, which is something you might need if you are playing 3 colors, right? And lastly, 2 spell bombs, which is really cool. It's probably one of the best hates against Graveyard if you are playing the artifact package, and even if you don't, so the Nihilist Spellbomb is incredible, of course, in the sideboard as well. What I'm surprised by, there are no Blood Fountains, which I guess is fine. There is no Recursion, but it's a pretty aggressive version actually, with full 8 of the removal spells, so I dig this deck and I really want to see how it plays in practice. So let me know what you think about this deck and what would you change, and I will see you in the games. So Kyuzumi, first game here, we go first. This hand lacks, what, white, but I think it's fine. We can use the Synthesizer maybe. Let's keep. Drossforge Bridge and say go. Furnace into Gingerbread. I know this deck, it's the equipment deck. That's a pretty cool one too. We got hit for 1. Hey, that's good. Maybe should have played the Mountain actually, but let's play the Black Mage's Rod. Another Grain Furnace, that's 2. Galvanic Blast on the token, that's fine. Oh, Refurb, that's good as well. So, but I think we are not playing Refurb. I think we are returning Black Mage's Rod to hand and playing Black Mage's Rod, because we just want tempo here, right? And let's play the Rod. Sweet, should be enough. We can also block the Gingerbread with the Glinthawk, which is pretty sweet. Unless they decide to... yeah, that's fine. Because every Galvanic Blast that kills one of those guys is not a Galvanic Blast that goes to our face. Oh, it's not mono red, never mind. What is this deck? Seems very unusual already. 3 mana, Mirror Enforcer, okay. So it's a variation of Affinity, it looks like. No blocks, please. Bridge. Interesting. I'll say Synthesizer first. Glendhawk. Glendhawk is cool. How do we play this? 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's enough. Okay. But that's only 2 though. I think let's play the Glendhawk on the Experimental Synthesizer and see what happens. Lambus. We could play that actually. I'm not sure how slow or not slow it is, but I guess let's play a mountain and play the Lambus then. Shattered Landscape. I don't think that's exactly what we need. Let's put that on the bottom. Of course, Skyfisher. Okay. Not gonna lie, some removal spells would be pretty handy here. Yeah, Bone Splitter. Okay. Could they equip to the Gingerbrute? Okay. And it can be blocked. Hit us like this. 7. We will take it, I guess. I mean, what happens if we double block? I'm fine with double blocking. I actually want a double block. If they blow us out, they blow us out. Okay, sure. G-Blast is good as well. Okay, we might stabilize here. So first, let's go for the Synthesizer, see what that brings, right? Interesting. Do we even want to play that? I think we kinda do. Let's do that and play it on the... I will actually sacrifice the Lambus. I want to keep the Synthesizer around for next turn. Return it back sometime later. Okay, Refurb. This is all good. Let's play a Rustveil Bridge. And I think we will wait and maybe kill the Gingerbrute. I think that's a good play. We will wait with the Refurbs. Combat. Let's Galvanic Blast the Gingerbrute. I don't want to take another 3 here. They do nothing, right? Okay. So, mana count 2, 4, 2, 4, 5. Let's play a Lambus first. Want to find a land. Beautiful. Put that on top. And I think I want to play probably Refurb, Skyfisher, Return Refurb. That sounds like the best play. So let's go Refurb. Let's go Refurb. And we win the first game. Beautiful. So they are a very aggressive deck, although they do play some bigger things. So I think what we're gonna do is 2 lightning bolts for 2 cast downs. We've seen some Mere Enforcers and who knows what they have, right? Draven Charm is okay, but I feel like they have a lot of removal spells. Lightning Bolt, we just sideboarded it out. Black Mage's Rod could be something to actually get away. I think I'm on 1 Tiding Blade probably. And I'm happy with this. Let's go. Okay, very Orzhov hand here, but I think it kinda works to be honest. Let's keep. Okay, they go Vault of Whispers into. Tap 2, Wall Scourge. Okay, wow, Wall Scourge. Bolt. We don't have anything for that though. Let's start off with the Vault of Whispers and say go. Mistvault Bridge. Is that a different deck than the one I've played? Like, is this Grixis? I thought they are like a very aggressive... Okay, Ornithopter, interesting. Okay. Pretty lost here on what they are actually doing or playing. It seems like a very aggressive Affinity type deck, but not sure which one. Let's go for Plains and play Lambus, the only viable play we have. Vault, I don't want more lands. Unless it's a red land. Not a red land, it's fine. Okay, they play a Lambus of their own. I do think our Lambus looks a little bit better. Not biased, by the way. They hit us for 1. Okay, so they are Grixis indeed. Wow, absolutely locking those lands, it's fine. So I think I want to actually Glindhawk and then maybe replay the Lambus. I think that's the better play here. So let's go Glindhawk. Return the Lambus, play the Lambus. Looking for a red source, to be honest. Not a red source, let's put that on the bottom. That's a red source, it's a slow one though. They Galvanic Blast away the Glindhawk, which is fair. And they go for a Gingerbrute, so we have a lot of things to remove here if we really want to. We go to 16. I think they attacked with Ornithopter, that's interesting. Okay, so I think we are going to do Glindhawk and return it again. I know, it's pretty weird. I would love to play other cards, trust me, but we need to find the red source. We have the Rustveil Bridge, but it's the only tempo play we can make. This is not exactly what I want when I say a red source, right? So let's put that on the bottom. We find another one, interesting. Let's play the bridge and say go. Hopefully we can survive a little bit longer. Another Brute. They move to combat. Attack with 2 Ginger Brutes, which are not blocked, it's fine. I actually like this card, I think Ginger Brute is a pretty sweet addition to these decks. So I don't want to play Synthesizer at all actually, because I want to start removing stuff. I think I know the play here. I think the play is just Skyfisher, return the Lembas, probably play the Lembas, still looking for a red source, or we can play the Landscape if nothing goes right. Synthesizer is not what we want. Refurb is fine though. We will not play the Shattered Landscape because we have played the land of course, and I think I will wait. I think there's no need with 1 card in hand to rush. If that's like an equipment, we want to be able to blow them out, and I don't think we will be attacking yet, although we will be attacking soon. I want to block the Vault Scourge and force them to pay for the unblockable, and then we will kill one of those Ginger Brutes, I think, with the Lightning Bolt. That's a thought cast probably. Oh, it's Winged Words. You never see this card. It's sweet though. Pretty sweet. If you control a lot of creatures like this, I think it's pretty cool. Okay, pay for 1 Ginger Brute. Pay for a 2nd Ginger Brute. Attack with both of those Ginger Brutes. Okay. I think I'm gonna Lightning Bolt one of them. They can sacrifice it and gain 3 life. Or maybe they have something like a Fanatical Offering in hand. Okay, it just dies. No blocks. Take 1. Sweet, Wildfire is sweet as well. 1, 2, 3 artifacts, that's good. Still looking for a red source, which can be fixed by the Wildfire, so thinking here. I think we'll attack only with a Glinthawk. Keep the Skyfisher for blocks. Refurb. So if we bounce the Refurb and play it, that's 3 mana, and then we can Wildfire 2. No, we can't do both, because we have only... No, we can, right? For sure. Let's Skyfisher. Bounce the Fam, play the Fam. So they have discarded the Vault of Whisper, so that wasn't a good discard. What's the other one? Wildfires or not? Of course, Wildfires fell. Dimir Battle Rage, what? Okay. Let's go Shattered Landscape, Restwell Bridge, and Wildfire the land. And we want a mountain bad, so let's pick up a mountain. We've got a Lambus too. Okay, Unblockable Brute. I think it will die soon though. Cast down, cast down, cast down, cast down. Cast down is definitely great. I will start off with the Synthesizer though. Hey, Rod is good. Let's play a Rod here. Let's go for attacks. Let's do a little bit of greediness and Fanatical Offering away the Synthesizer. Find another Wildfire. That's unexpected, but I think we are fine here. Okay, Mountain, so we can do everything. That's great. So I think we will Wildfire the bridge and use the ability. The last basic in our deck, and a Glinthawk is here. Okay. So the Galvanic Blast is something we want to keep for sure. Bone Splitter, that's fair. They will equip it to the Ginger Brute and make it unblockable, but we will kill them with the Blast. Hopefully. Oh, never mind, Scourge. Yeah, because, well, I guess that's fair. We don't have any flyers anymore that are ready to block, right? Let's kill the Scourge. And we win the game against Grixis, like very aggressive Affinity. Not sure what that was, but it was a cool deck and the game was actually really fun. Okay, Island and Ponder. Interesting. What could that be? Lancy, what's up? Hey man, how are you doing? Doing well. How about you, by the way? How about you? So playing Mardu Wildfire today, Lancy, and very interesting deck, I have to say. Very weird too. Foretold card. I think this is maybe Jeskai Ephemerate. No, it's not. No snow-covered islands. Ponder into... not sure. Hope it's not High Tide though. Let's go Cleansing Wildfire, finding a Plains for sure here. Plains, yeah. So, what do we have the honor of playing? Okay. Oh, it's Dimir, okay. And Preordain, so... What's interesting about Dimir is... Oh, I know what this is. Oh no. I think it's the Campfire deck. I think this is the Win-Con-less Dimir. This will be like an hour-long game if that's the case. Sure. So, if we know that's what it is, we kind of want to chill, right? I think I want to play Lambus. Hopefully find a land. That's land. Play this. And I think we pass the turn here. So, the Black Mage's Rod will be crucial in this matchup. Oh, you didn't work, you're tired. Okay, and how is it going? Is it going alright? By the way, how long is your work today? Is it until like 4? We go for the aqueduct. We will go for a swamp here for sure. So yeah, their deck is Win, Conless, Dimir, Control. Pretty insane deck if you ask me. Skyfisher, alright. We could go for like Black Mage's Rod into Offering, but I don't know. I wanna find land drops first. Let's go for Synthesizer. Bolt, sure. Let's go Glinthawk and return it back. One more card. Hopefully land. Okay, well, let's, I don't want to get rid of Refurb. I think I want to play Refurb really badly here. I don't want to miss a land drop too, though. What's the best play here? We could risk sacrificing the Lambus and finding an untapped land, but I think that's pretty crazy, right? I will play the Refurb and just miss a land drop. It's tough, but I think it's fine, I guess. Counterspell, sure. Yeah, I don't want to be missing land drops like that, but it's not the end of the world. 8 to 4. Okay, I see. They have everything. Let's attack first. 2. Probably not playing the Skyfisher, but I could imagine that though. Let's actually do this. Let's do Lambus. Trying to find land really badly here. Beautiful. And then I guess we could Black Mage's Rod, but I think I will wait and do Skyfisher instead. Returning the Lambus. Counterspell. Oh, Deduce, okay. Yep, it's exactly that deck. Yep, the one we are all thinking of. You could have replayed the Sin to find a land drop and then Refurb would cost on the one. That's fair, although I didn't want to waste the Synthesizer because the odds that we will hit a land drop were actually really low and then I can't play. But I guess it wasn't that bad. Although I really wanted to keep the Synthesizer for future value. It could be a good play though, it could be a good play. First main, okay, let's attack. Welcome Italo, by the way. Nice to have you here. And I'm actually really glad for those types of advices, because still learning, and this is maybe a deck I want to be really good at playing if possible. So we still have a land drop to find. They do have a counterspell probably. Let's try a Synthesizer first. Bolt, okay, so we want to keep a red if possible. Still want a land drop though. Lambus. Refurb, I want to play Refurb. But how do we fit that in there? I mean, can I afford to miss another land drop? I think I might have to. I want to keep this. We have 4 artifacts, so this is a forced counterspell probably. Yep. Behold the Multiverse, okay. They hate refurbs, it looks like, which I understand. Okay, the guy comes, which is great. And then I guess we lightning bolt their face to not let this go into waste. And then they cast down the Glinthawk. That's good for us, I think. Preordain, sure. They have 5 lands ready to go. Okay, Clancy. Good luck to you as well, and thanks. No land drops, but we need to find them, right? It's non-negotiable, so... Well, before we do anything, let's attack. We can also bounce the Refurb, which I think would be pretty annoying for them. Let's offering the Synth. Really need to find those land drops. Muddle the Mixture, that's fine, honestly. Black Mage's Rod, come on. I guess we will do this on like 6 lands, whatever. Let's play Black Mage's Rod. Sweet. So this is on, which is super important. To deduce, okay, no problem. Pristine Talisman for 3. 3 mana left here. 2 mana left. Draw a card. Combat. End step. We will lightning bolt their face. They will pay 2 and lose focus, no problem. So this means they... Are they dead? I don't think so they are dead yet, but it's pretty close. Because what we can do here is actually... Wait, I think they are dead actually. 2, 4, go to 7, Black Mage's Rod, and then Galvanic Blast is lethal, right? And Galvanic Blast should make it. Okay, so that's 1-0, although I think after the sideboard it will be pretty difficult. Traben Charm, I don't think they play many enchantments, I don't think they play any. Pyroblast seems important, Nihil Spellbomb could be good. I don't like offering in this deck, to be honest. I don't think offering is that great. I will cut at least 2. Well, even more probably. Pyroblast, Pyroblast, Pyroblast. 1 bolt. 1 more offering, I guess. I'm gonna cut probably 1 synthesizer. Do they interact with the graveyard very much? I don't think so, actually. Let's just keep it like this. 4 Pyroblasts. Yeah, that's fair. Alright, it's lunchtime for me, and this hand is brutally slow with all the bridges. But it has the rod, and we are going second, so we can draw into a lot of things. I think we can keep this. They go turn 1 Ponder. And just pass the turn. Okay, so we can go for a... I think Drossforge Bridge. Depending on what they do, we can try to go Black Mage's Rod. Okay, they cycle Lorien Revealed, so I'm pretty confident in going Black Mage's Rod here. Of course, it could be like an Annul or Spell Pierce. Oh, they don't even have a land ready, so this is definitely a Black Mage's Rod angle. It's such a powerful card. It's exactly what Black needed to be, well, I guess even better, right? Because Black was, even before Final Fantasy, Black was pretty insane, so... So they go an island, Aquafire, and pass the turn. Very fair. We will attack to see actually what we are gonna do next. I think it doesn't change. I think we do wanna play the Wildfire this turn. The earlier the better. Let's try the Wildfire. It might be countered. I wouldn't be surprised if they just countered it. It would be pretty good. Counterspell. The Wildfire. Interesting counterspell from them. Let's go for the Rustwell Bridge. Maybe start to playing some Glindhawks next turn, depending on what we drew. They exile a Foretold card. I think it's the Scry to draw to. We do find a land, so I think first we will attack. And if we try to bounce this and they kill it in response, it's actually pretty bad. Even if we try to bounce it and they counter it in response, it's pretty bad as well. So I don't think I want to do much here. Maybe like play a bridge and say go. They do play Behold the Multiverse on our end step, which is good for them. There's another Behold the Multiverse in the exile. End step. I think we can bolt end step. It would be to their face anyway, sooner or later, right? So it's fine. Okay, will they let this through? It looks like they will. Another land. Okay, I think I will start to return some lands back to our hand. Let's attack first though. Because of course the problem is if we return this and replay it and they just counter it, we have a huge problem, right? So let's go for the Skyfisher. Maybe they will counter it, which makes the job easier. Yep. And we are not gonna be stupid. We will return the bridge. Let's play the bridge and say go. I feel like it could be okay if we were sure they don't have a counter spell. But I think the Black Mage's Rod is gonna be crucial in beating them, like very crucial. And when it hits the battlefield, it's hard to get rid of. Because it's an equipment after all, right? They cast down the Skyfisher, that's fine. They go for Innocent Blood, which is okay. Because the Black Mage's Rod is still here, right? And Behold the Multiverse, okay. And end step. Hey, Refurb is awesome. So they probably have a counterspell. But even if they do, that's fine, because we can reply the Rod. Which is arguably even better than the Refurb, right? Let's go for the Refurb. Steel Sabotage, makes sense. That's a little scary. Maybe they have another one. Let's play a Glindhawk. Yeah, let's return Rustwell Bridge. Play a Mountain, we can equip. It's a weird play pattern, but we just know that they don't have any artifact hate on the board. And every artifact hate they have are counterspell, so if we bounce back the Rod, like, there's nothing we can do, right? Because we need to replay it. And then they counter it and we have no reanimation, so yeah, okay, this is fine. Okay, Shattered Landscape. I think that's gonna be cycled, to be honest. Maybe even this turn. Can't counter that. Okay, Bolt. We're gonna hold on to that. They might have us this game. The draw was pretty horrible. We draw very many lands and not much action here, right? It's turn 7. This is the only action we had. Okay, so they have all the mana open. They find, of course, another land. What else could it be? And say go. They find Mystical Teachings. With Mystical Teachings, okay. Okay, this is like 12 lands in the row. I think we are going to go to the next game here. So, we will keep the deck the same, just need better luck, right? And we are going first, which is definitely a plus. So, Well, let's roll with this again. This hand is pretty bad actually. Let's mulligan. Okay, Wildfire hand. Pretty hard to counter Wildfire onto, so let's keep. And I think the landscape can go on the bottom here. Let's go for a bridge and say go. Okay, the aqueduct. So what's good about this is that we can Wildfire uninterrupted, right? And I kind of want to find a mountain here. Galvanic Blast, pretty sweet. They foretell a very random card, which we all probably know what it is, right? So I think, well, we could go for a Synthesizer this turn. I think that's fair, let's try it. G-Blast, okay. Well, it's just then familiar, right? And Galvanic Blast their face. Very simple turn, thanks to the Synthesizer. Made it very easy. Discard a Swamp and Galvanic Blast their face. And play probably a Landscape or the Bridge. What are we cracking the Landscape for? Is it white? Seems pretty crazy. It's probably the Bridge. Types for 2 colors, right? Helps with the artifact count, pretty good. So they will probably draw 2 here. Well, they don't really have to, do they? But they just cast down the Refurb, that's fair. Dimir Aqueduct, okay. Which means they have no mana again. We will definitely use that to our advantage. So let's go Glinthawk. Return the Synth. What is that? Pyroblast. Oh. Oops. Probably not gonna play that one, bro. You know what I mean? And Synth. Wow. So I guess play Synth. Another Pyroblast, that's pretty insane. Well, what can you do, right? Not much. Let's play a Shattered Landscape and say go. Sadly, 2 Pyroblasts are gone, which is sad, but it's, you know, what can you do? Ponder. And step, so I think there is a counterspell somewhere in there, right? Let's sacrifice the Landscape. I think I'm for the second mountain here. Skyfisher, okay. So I'm like 100% sure that's gonna get counterspelled, but I think it's one of the better counterspells, to be honest. To actually bait out, right? Sorry. Let's play our Skyfisher. Using the black mana, we have a Swamp. It works, wow. Synthesizer. Which triggers the Synthesizer leaving the battlefield. Rustwell Bridge can be played, that's sweet. Do we replay the Synthesizer? I don't think so. I think there is time for that. If we hit a black card, it's pretty sad because we can't play it. Imagine we hit something like a Refurb, right? Deduce. Untap. They will play Behold the Multiverse. Oh, it was foretold. That's fair. Dismal Blackwater. Oh, Backwater. Okay. So they have 2 mana ready. This is probably a counter spell that's clear as day. Okay, Wellspring. Let's attack first. See what they have. So we could go Wellspring or Synthesizer. Let's go Synthesizer first. Oh, I played the Swamp. Mistake, I misclicked. I didn't mean to play the Swamp actually, because now if you find land, exactly what I meant. It's fine, there are worse things, right? I think we will crack the Synth. I want to keep 1 on the board though. Cleansing Wildfire, okay. Let's try to cast that, they will probably counterspell, which is fine. Never mind then, okay. Minus Plains here. Lightning Bolt, okay. Obviously a mistake with the Landscape, although I did misclick, so, you know, I'll allow it. It's probably cast down or something. Never mind, cracking the clue. 6, 10, yeah, okay. They pay incredible 4 mana for a Murmuring Mystic. Forgot they ran that. Very scary. I think we will just Galvanic Blast their face. Black Mage's Rod. Interesting. I think we attack here. They will cast down, create a bird. So I think they will block with the Mystic because they are scared. And that means we can bolt it later. Because if they don't block, I mean, they are dead, right? They probably know this, so yeah. And they block like that, okay. So are they dead anyway is the question. I mean, maybe. We can see actually. Let's go Black Mage's Rod first. And then Wellspring, and then we will see what we draw, right? Because we are 1 off currently. I mean 2 off actually. Refurb is good. But I think we will just kill the guy here. We could just play the Refurb first, to be honest. Next turn, cracking the synthesizer for sure. Aqueduct. I don't think we can leave the Mystic alive, to be honest. It's just too crazy if we do. Let's say go. The only thing keeping us alive right now is the synthesizer, because it means we can get even more card draw, but we are pretty much cardless here. We are hellbent, right? If there's something like Arms of Hadar, this could get a little funny. They go for a Preordain, trying to find something. I mean, if they find Arms of Hadar, they are in a pretty good shape, I feel like. It's another land, and it's Arms. I would believe it's Arms, right? It's Campfire. Still could be Arms. No, it couldn't be Arms now, right? No, it couldn't. Right. End step, sure. Okay, this is probably cycled, most likely, but let's attack first. They probably have Darkness in their hand, or something. Darkness. Cast down. Okay, wow. Are you really going to be only one off here? Really? Okay then. You do you. Let's crack the synth. One non-creature spell is all it takes, and we find it. I think this should be GG because it's a cast trigger, right? One to each opponent. And that's a good game against Dimir Teachings. It was a pretty difficult game. I love the deck, but I think it's quite a good matchup for us because we have all the burn and the Black Mage's Rod, so that was a really cool and interesting game to me. Alright, so hello guys and welcome, and I'm back with the conclusion. So this deck was pretty awesome as I thought it would be. It did have some problems though, so let's start with the strong sides. So the strong side is it can be really fast, you can ramp a lot with the Cleansing Wildfire, and you can generate a lot of value with the card advantage and with all your artifacts and the Wellsprings and whatnot. I think it was pretty lovely, but maybe I would need some more time because we played this deck for 3 hours now and I had some trouble with certain cards. The mana base, although it seems really cool, I had some problems with colors. The Experimental Synthesizer was really hard to play around. It's a great card in decks where you play 1 or 2 colors, but where you play 3, it's really hard to actually make sure that your hits of the synthesizer, you have up the mana for them, right? Because I don't know if I need to keep up a black source, a white source, or red source, and oftentimes I was like, okay, well, I need to tap my black source for the Black Mage's Rod, and then I will play the synthesizer not to waste the 1 damage from the rod, right? And then I flip a refurb when I use the black source. So it's like, it's things like this that makes me think the synthesizer is a little bit too chaotic for this deck, and maybe this deck even would benefit from something like a Prophetic Prism. I would really like to see that. Again, the offering was a little bit weird. You don't really have many good targets for it. You don't want to sacrifice the Rod. You don't want to sacrifice the Familiar. Sacrificing the synthesizer is kind of fine, but again, the outcome is sometimes very chaotic and unpredictable. And the Wellspring is of course a great target, but then the Lambus, you want to return it with your white cards, right? So because of that, I think this deck could be revisited a little bit and maybe make sure there is some more fixing with cards like Prophetic Prism, maybe even cut the offering just from the deck and play Prisms instead, and cut the Wellsprings as well, right? I did have a great time playing it and I think it's fun. I think if you like these faster decks, even with the Cleansing Wildfire, that really generate a lot of value, it's super fun. I think I may build and play and quote unquote better, although I think this list is completely fine and playable, but my own version, I want to play this deck in paper maybe, so I will build a version 2. The sideboard was great, you know, the cast downs, I would maybe put 2 in the main board like I was saying. I think Pact Altars, although you can kill them with the blast, but sometimes it's a problem with the bolts. Things like Writing Chrysalis, those are all staples of Pauper, right? And Lightning Bolt cannot kill them, so maybe 2 cast downs would be a good idea. I did like the Traben Charm, the blades were great, the Pyroblasts, Spell Bomb and the Compass. The Pyroblasts are a bit unfortunate because if you flip them with the synthesizer, your day is ruined, right? But still, they are pretty necessary in red deck, so I completely understand that. So yeah, this was a blast, and let me know what you think about this deck and how would you improve it and maybe make the mana base and colors more consistent. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, leave a nice comment, and I will see you next time, bye.